Welcome to the NOFSRL. Since 2015, this league has played host to some of the most memorable and exciting moments in all of offline NR 2003 racing, but now today, December 31st, 2022, that history book comes to a total and complete end. Welcome to the Michigan International Speedway, a racetrack that has long been arguably the brightest jewel of the entire NOFSRL for its crown jewel race, the NOFSRL 500, and the action that it has put on, which scarcely has ever been a letdown. And today we arrive back in Brooklyn, Michigan at this 2-mile speedway for the NOFSRL farewell. Into 2023, the Trinity River Cup Series will have one final farewell season, but it will not be under the NOFSRL banner. And the history of this league, tumultuous but exciting as it has been, will come to an end. Nicholas Samadillo will go down to the books as the final champion of the NOFSRL, but we will have perhaps an even greater bragging right. The last winner under the NOFSRL name will be crowned here in a 50-lap race here at this 2-mile speedway. 100 miles will be run, and we will crown the last winner. Let's go ahead and go down trackside. We'll get you a starting lineup, and we will say farewell to the NOFSRL with hopefully an exciting race. So here we go, one final time in the NOFSRL. The engines will come to life at Michigan. 40 are going to roll off the pit road. They are led by Mitchell Henderson, Trinity River Cup Series winner at Texas Motor Speedway, and that exciting finish with Christian Vargas. He starts alongside second place pointsman Kyle McLeese in the number 59, who came up just short at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Row number 2, we find Daytona 500 winner Ethan Lewis. He starts this race alongside Willow Springs winner Caleb Rose. Row number 3, we find Scott Upton, who did not win a race this season. In fact, didn't even finish in the top 20 in points. Upton finished this season in the 36th position in the championship, but looking to come out with a bragging right here at Michigan. Starting alongside series champion for the 2022 season, Nicholas Samadillo, Mr. Edge. Row number 4, we find Braden Perez in the number 47, who came so close so many times to getting a victory and having a good run for that Pacific Camel Racing team. He starts alongside Paul Antoine Sier, who started up front in the standings this season but fell back down to 14th. Still had a good season for his first season. Dale Lightning in the number 55 starts in the 9th position, and rounding out the top 10, 5th place pointsman Alejandro Cruz Jr. We're ready to get it going one final time in the NOFSRL. The flag is waving. Let's get this show on the road in Brooklyn, Michigan. Lap 1 led by Mitchell Henderson. Here's Lewis going to the inside in the number 54 for the race lead, but in behind him, Kyle McLeese in the 3rd position. Slipping on the outside, Caleb Rose going down low, 3 and 4 wide behind as they head out of turn number 2 and onto the back straightaway. It's Lewis going to the lead, Henderson 2nd, Rose, McLeese, Upton the top 5 as they head off into turn number 3 one more time. Here's Henderson taking a peek down low again on Lewis. And he's going to get the spot. just by a nose as they head down the front straightaway once again here at Michigan, fanning out 3-4 wide behind. Into the turn once again. Rose into the second position there in the number 15 for Velocistar. Out of 2 and down the back straightaway. A good look at the entire field as they slip and slide down the stretch and into turn number 3. Kyle McLeese, Ethan Lewis battling for third, Caleb Rose, Mitchell Henderson battling for the lead. It will be Rose who takes the top position this time around. Things spreading out up front very quickly, already on to lap number 4 here at Michigan. Henderson slips into second, Lewis third, McLeese fourth, Upton fifth. But Henderson trying to pull the crossover on Rose into turn 1 and 2 and onto the back straightaway. As they snake down the back straightaway once again, Thomas Troxel ends up at the back of the pack. But single file through the first few positions. Here's Henderson trying to change that by going to the inside of Caleb Rose. They're side by side once again for the race lead. It's Rose at the line by just under half a car length. Kyle McLeese, Ethan Lewis, and Scott Upton trying to close in. Into turn number 1. Rose trying to pin the throttle wide open around the outside. Henderson trying to pass him on the inside. Lewis, Upton get around McLeese, who slips into the 5th position. Into turn number 3 they go. Henderson with a half-car advantage. Rose slips on the outside. Lewis gets down to the inside, but Henderson slips off the apex, and here's Lewis trying to take advantage of that. Already 45 laps to go in this race. If it goes green the entire way, expect a pit cycle about lap 30. Outside and the inside lanes being used here at Michigan. At the tail end of the field, it is still 3 and sometimes 4 wide. But up front, it has singled out and calmed down. Here's Lewis down to the inside of Henderson, and Rose to the inside of Upton. Lewis takes the lead. Rose takes back third from Upton. Back onto the main straightaway, 44 laps to go. Rose going after second, and hometown driver Elijah Gordon into the 4th position on the inside of Scott Upton. Another hometown driver today, Justin Zidell, in the number 62, sits in the 25th position right now as they head through turn 3 and 4 one more time. Rose and Gordon around Henderson and McLeese and Upton, teammates, side by side, just behind them. Will Parrish trying to get up into the mix. This is a battle for 5th place right now. But up ahead, here's the battle for the lead. Rose down to the inside of Lewis with Gordon, and Rose is going to take back the lead from Ethan Lewis. Mitchell Henderson trying to take advantage of their battle. Try to catch back up to them. Through 3 and 4 and on the main straightaway one more time. Will Parrish working his way up into the mix there in the 0-2, just in behind Scott Upton and Colin Teague. Kyle McLeese slipping back a little bit. 7 cars up in this lead group for right now, but the lead group's now shrinking to 4 as they go 3 wide behind him for a moment. Parrish, Upton, and Teague slipping back. Kyle McLeese gets into the mix with that battle. Caleb Rose has the lead by just a quarter second ahead of Gordon. Now Gordon trying to take advantage as Rose slides wide, and he's going to take the lead immediately. Upton in the wall behind, out of turn number 4 on the main straightaway. Now sitting at 41 laps to go, already 9 laps have gone by, and just that much has happened already. Lewis second, Rose third, Henderson fourth, Teague fifth, and then Parrish, McLeese, Vargas, Williams, and Garcia, the top 10, as they round turn number 3 and 4 one more time. The battles begin to manifest again. Here's Teague down to the inside of Henderson. Now with 40 laps to go, 20% of the race is already completed. Very clean race. Start of the race, all things considered. But here's Rose down to the inside of Lewis for second, as not much three-wide action going on right now, but a lot of two-wide and single file, but still battling going on here at Michigan as the tires have worn in to the racing surface. Gordon leads the way comfortably ahead of Caleb Rose. Oh, trouble out of turn number 4. One car gets up into the outside wall after contact. Looks like Paul-Antoine Cyr and William Brock got together. They keep it straight. But some damage, I would imagine, on those cars. Looks like a little bit on Cyr, and perhaps some on the right front of William Brock. But those cars, looks like they could still race for the win if they get back up to the front of the pack. So no caution comes out. They held on to it after contact with the wall, straightened them back out. Thank goodness for that, because this is good stuff that's about to go on here. 3 wide at the tail end of this group between Parrish, McLeese, and Williams. Lewis gets around the 15 of Rose, as will Teague. And now, Lewis is trying to close in on the number 24 of Elijah Gordon, who slips in turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, headed for turn number 3. Into the 18-degree banking once again. Lewis down to the inside of Gordon, looking for the top spot. And they're going to be side by side out of turn number 4. Lewis on the inside will have the nose advantage. Right at a car length advantage for Ethan Lewis at the start-finish line as they thunder off into turn number 1 one more time. Lewis with the top spot. Gordon slips into second. Rose third. Henderson and Vargas side by side for fourth. And Teague, Williams, McLeese, and Parrish all battling behind them. And that squabble going on for fourth. Oh, in the wall, Parker and Garcia. Out of turn number 4, they again hold on to it as 3 wide for the race lead here at Michigan. Gordon in the middle, Lewis outside, Rose inside. Gordon fires it off in. Rose trying to get to the inside. Lewis trying to cross the 24. So much happening all at once. We're doing everything we can to keep track of it all. Here's Lewis going down to the inside of Garcia, or not Garcia, but Gordon one more time. Henderson and Teague side by side for 5th. Henderson gets that spot. They're still side by side for the lead. Lewis falls back a little bit on the inside. Gordon thunders it off on the outside. Here's Rose and Vargas battling for 3rd. Gordon does not slip this time. He settles into the lead. Still lots of 3 and 4 wide action going on. Now back to 3. Zakela, McShane, Andrews all in this cluster that is currently battling for positions outside the top 20, but positions nonetheless. My goodness gracious, this is getting tight. We'll check back in up front as they tied at the line, looks like. No. His teammates side by side for the lead. Lewis had it. Vargas tried to get it. But here's Rose thundering it up the middle. Fires it up the middle. And he gets back into the second position from 4th. Caleb Rose is determined. Driving that Mercedes for Team Velocistar. He won at Willow Springs. He's looking to get a huge win today at the Michigan International Speedway. Not for points, for absolute glory to be the final winner in the NOFSRL. Caleb Rose down to the inside of Lewis, heading off into turn number 1. He bobbles a little bit on the inside. Lewis trying to work that outside as the lead group starts to accordion together once again. Rose, with help from Christian Vargas, will clear that number 54 into the top position. Vargas trying to get around the 15, but Rose with a good outside run. Looks like he's going to have it for now. There's a big gap between Christopher Alphaby and Scott Upton from 11th to 12th. Now, well, actually, that's Trey Wright now in the 95 into the 12th position. But a big gap between the three of Alphaby and Trey Wright as Alphaby and McLeese battle for that 10th position. It looks like Alphaby is going to take it from the 59. Now Nicholas Samadillo into the 12th position as for the race lead. Once again, here comes Christian Vargas. 3 wide just behind him for the 5th position, Parrish, Teague, and Lewis. On the main straightaway, it's Rose at the line for the lead, Teague for 5th. Here comes Gordon to the inside of Henderson for 3rd. Vargas looks like he's going to take the lead as Rose slides all the way up, almost to the wall, but keeps it straight, and a huge lead now for Christian Vargas, who has never won on the Trinity River Network. He has been perhaps the most unluckiest driver that has had a career longer than 1 season anyways. But here he is, leading at the Michigan International Speedway. Vargas, who finished 11th in the championship actually, so had a decent season, all things considered, but missed out on a win at Texas and had a tremendously all-time bad rookie season in 2021. But now looking to get a win that has eluded him his entire career. A bright spot, something to remember that is not negative. But here's Gordon trying to spoil the party for now. And he's going to take the lead, the hometown driver back up front at the Michigan International Speedway. I should mention the driver who won here at Michigan when we came here in the regular season, Sebastian Kukulon, sitting back in the 36th position right now. He's been caution-free, so the field is very, very spread out right now. So it's going to make the pit cycle interesting when we get to it. There could be some split strategy that goes on. Who wants to come down quicker? Who wants to come down at the end of this cycle? They'd have the fresher tires, and they'd probably have the faster cars by the end of the race. But here comes Vargas drafting back up to the back end of the 24 once again on lap number 23, and we're just a handful of laps away from that pit cycle. Williams around Teague for the 3rd position. Gordon slips for a moment, holds on to it, but Vargas not able to get around the 24. That could be the break that Andrew Williams needs to get around that number 46. Into the 2nd position. Here he goes to the inside. He slips, but drafts up to the 24 of Gordon, who slipped a little worse. Now Vargas blocks off the 50, and to the inside of Gordon he goes. Nosing ahead into turn number 1, here's Williams on the inside. Gordon slips on the outside, and Colin Teague is right there to pounce from 4th. Andrew Williams inside takes a peek, now pulls back in line once again, but behind 3 and 4 wide at the tail end of the field, as up front, here comes Andrew Williams in the 50. The winner at the Milwaukee Mile back in the summertime, early July, 2nd weekend of July, he won that race. And he's looking to get another one. It would be his 3rd career win on this channel. Both of his previous wins coming in the Trinity River Cup Series, one at Fontana Season 3, Milwaukee Season 4. And he's looking to end 2022 with one final check mark. Here's Gordon going to the inside of Williams for the lead, and the hometown driver will retake the race lead as we come around for halfway at the Michigan International Speedway. Vargas back into the 2nd position. Colin Teague now into 3rd, or is trying to get 3rd from Andrew Williams. And looks like he's gonna get it. Down the back straightaway, Vargas has once again caught up to Elijah Gordon. But we got to see who the first taker's going to be. We got to think about that now, because we're that much closer to the pit cycle. Tires are all worn to heck, but they are still battling like crazy. Here's Vargas down to the inside of Gordon at the line. I think Vargas led that lap. Yes, he did. The interval rounds to 1/100th of a second. Gordon on the outside trying to hang on. Down the back straightaway, Vargas pulls ahead of the 24. See how spread out the first half of the field is. The back half of the field still scrunched together like an accordion folded up. Probably not the way it is, but here's Vargas up front. Teague down to the inside of Gordon. They don't call accordions, do they? They squeeze them together. Back of the field certainly is squeezed together. The front is spread out, but still battling like crazy. Still drafting up to each other, passing each other left and right. Well, not left and right, but down to the inside and outside. Come around for 22 laps to go. We're just about to lap 30. We're just about to that window where we can expect some drivers to come down into the pits. Ethan Lewis going to be the first taker there in car number 54. We'll see if anybody joins him. Headed down into the pits. Nobody! And 4 wide. Goodness sakes. 4 and 5 wide out of turn number 4. Wright, Monaco, Collins, and Tucson going at it all the way back in about the 24th, 25th position they're battling for. But up ahead, we'll check in on Christian Vargas, who leads the way right now, but he's going to come into the pits with Gordon. Colin Teague and Andrew Williams stay out on the racetrack. And Vargas and Gordon will not be the only ones to come down. Cologne and Rose will join them. As up ahead, here comes Andrew Williams for the race lead at 21 laps to go. Gotta expect that these drivers are going to come down the next time through. Williams up to the race lead for the time being as Colin Teague slips into second. Will Parrish, Mitchell Henderson, and Christopher Alphaby round out the top 5 for the time being. Check in on pit road. Ethan Lewis has already come back out onto the racetrack, and we'll see if are the leaders going to come down this time. Yes, they will. And who else is going to try to stretch it? Priya McShane, Chase Harris, Trey Smith, Roberto Crown Jr. We'll have to see how long they'll be able to go for. Like Paul-Antoine Cyr, the leader of the second group that came down the pit road. We'll have to see how everything cycles through, but it is certainly going to change the complexion of the race. Here's Paul-Antoine Cyr getting up to speed. We'll have to see about everyone else that came down the pit road. Will they be able to get up to speed? There's Blake Parker in the 14. Perhaps some split strategy going on. So right now, it looks like the leader says Roberto Crown Jr., the number 27. Chase Harris in the 23 is second. So we'll see where the 23 is as the rest of the field comes back out onto the racetrack. And we'll have to see who is leading the way. We'll figure it out in just a moment. Coming around for 18 laps to go. Where is the 27 of Roberto Crown Jr.? There he just comes into the pits. I imagine Chase Harris has probably come into the pits as well. They came in a little later than everybody else. There's Trey Smith, and there's Chase Harris and Priya McShane. So they were the last cars to come down, so it'll be Andrew Williams leading the way. Here's Vargas going after him, though. So this is for the race lead right here. It will be 17 laps to go the next time through. As Roberto Crown Jr. not going to get off the pit road quick enough to get ahead of these drivers. Samet Ozgen in the 83 just ahead of them. Like the last car, or no, he's not the last car on the lead lap. He's actually 1 lap down already. So these 3 drivers for the time being, Andrew Williams, Christian Vargas, and Elijah Gordon, left to battle for the victory of the NOFSRL Farewell at Michigan. Andrew Williams, a two-time winner in the Trinity River Cup Series. Christian Vargas has never won on this channel. Elijah Gordon won at Phoenix back in the spring. His rookie season, the way it panned out, he finished in the top 10 in points. He finished 9th in the championship. Vargas finished 11th. Williams did not finish up in the top 20, but here comes Vargas down to the inside. He's going to take the race lead. Andrew Williams ended up finishing 28th in the championship standings, and here comes Gordon down to the inside. 3 wide for the race lead, now back to 2 as Williams slips out of it but tries to cut in the middle. Gordon into the race lead as they catch up to Sam and Osgen. 16 laps to go here at Michigan. Gordon going to try to use the 83 as a pick. Here's Williams going to the inside of the 46. He'll take the second position away. Ethan Lewis back there in 4th if these guys tangle or if we have a yellow flag. We've been caution-free through the first 35 laps of this race. Williams gets around Osgen. Now Vargas trying to catch up to the 83 and get around the lap traffic. Who has race contending speed, he's just not on the lead lap. Into the turn 4 area they go once again. Osgen down to the inside of Williams. Williams is trying to draft up to that 24. He'll clear the 83. And Vargas trying to clear the 83 on the outside. See if he'll be able to. I think he's going to lose some time. He'll not gain any ground on the 83, but he might have some draft headed down the back straightaway. As Gordon and Williams, the top 2, left to battle it out for the time being. Coming around for 13 laps to go at the Michigan International Speedway. It's been a tremendous race so far, and I feel like we have a tremendous finish waiting to manifest. Headed off into turn 1 once again at 13 laps to go. 13's an unlucky number. We'll see just how lucky these drivers are if they're able to make it around here. Williams and Gordon, the top 2. Williams trying to get the lead from that 24 down to the inside into turn number 3. There he goes! And it will be Williams getting ahead of Gordon. Williams knows how to win on the 2 miles. He won at Auto Club back in 2021 in the Trinity River Cup Series. But now into turn number 1. Once again, Gordon tries to fire it in down to the inside to hit the apex of the corner and try to sling to the inside. He won't be able to, at least for now, but he's taking a peek, headed off into turn 3. We'll have 11 to go this time. Gordon down to the inside. Williams slips off the apex of the corner, and there's Gordon side by side. He's going to get the lead. 11 laps to go. Lap traffic just ahead. Paul-Antoine Sierra, that could come into play. He's in 39th position right now. Gordon slides off the bottom of the track. Williams sticks in the groove. Vargas slipping backwards. His teammate Ethan Lewis trying to catch up to him. The teammates might just have to stick to battling for 3rd. But it's a Chevy and a Dodge racing for the lead at Ford's home racetrack. Interesting how that worked out. 10 laps to go. Average race speed 188.096 as Williams goes down to the inside of Gordon. Side by side down the back straightaway. They're about to catch up to the Nike number 7 Buick Regal of Paul-Antoine Sierra, the Frenchman for Logan Sport. Williams into the race lead for now. Gordon trying to close back in. Williams is hoping that the 7 works as a pick. to hold up the 24 of Gordon, but it's holding Williams up for the time being as 9 laps remain here at Michigan. The hometown driver, Elijah Gordon, back down to the inside. Williams got a good outside line that time, though. So Gordon will settle into that second position and wait for another opportunity. He's running out as the tires wear and as this race becomes shorter and shorter with the remaining distance. 8 laps to go. 16 miles remain. Here's Gordon down to the inside of Williams, side by side, and Gordon immediately into the race lead. As the lap traffic battles side by side for 39th behind, Sam Oskin down to the inside of Paul Antoine Cyr, and just ahead, Alejandro Cruz Jr. and William Brock battling for the 37th position on the racetrack. Oskin ahead of Cyr for the 39th position. Williams side by side with Gordon for the race lead. At the line, it was Williams ever so barely ahead of the 24. 7 laps remaining here at Michigan. Andrew Williams will clear the 24. You can't get too comfortable because Gordon has been able to close in every single time that 50 has gotten around, and vice versa. Here's Gordon down to the inside of Williams, who slips out of the groove for a moment. Here's Gordon down to the inside with a nose advantage down the front straightaway. At the line, it's going to be Williams with the half car length advantage with 6 laps remaining at Michigan. Into turn 1 they go once again. Williams down to the inside, or in the middle groove, as Gordon went down to the inside. Brock slid on the outside, trying to get out of their way. So William Brock goes a lap down. That actually worked out well for Williams. Now coming around for 5 laps to go. One handful of laps to go at the Michigan International Speedway. Andrew Williams is first. Elijah Gordon is second. Christian Vargas is third. Ethan Lewis fourth. Stephen Colon is in the 5th position. Then Will Parrish, Caleb Rose, Colin Teague, Christopher Alphaby, and Jacob Thibodeau round out the top 10 as the order changes there. John Andrews works his way into the 10th position as Williams is now caught Alejandro Cruz Jr. in the 0-5. 4.5 laps to go. Williams will get by the Xbox Chevrolet. Elijah Gordon trying to do the same. Cruz fires it on the outside. Damon Oskin in the 83 gets around the 00 of William Brock. That is for the 38th position on the racetrack. Cruz in 37th right now, but the race leaders will get on by. Mitchell Collins not very far ahead of them, but they could have clean track left to battle for this race victory. Elijah Gordon trying to close back in on Andrew Williams. The Wisconsinite trying to hold on and upset the Michigander. On the outside, they both go, they both slip. Here's Cruz and Oskin down to the inside of them. This is not for a position for either one of those drivers, but it could be bad for either Elijah Gordon, Andrew Williams, or both of them. 3 laps to go at Michigan. Oskin down to the inside of Williams. Gordon trying to take advantage of the opportunity down to the inside, slips up into the middle line. Williams tries to fire it on the outside, down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Oskin tries to shoot it down to the inside. Williams bottoms out. Gordon in the middle line. He's going to sling on by the 50. The Michigander into the race lead with 2 laps to go at his home track. Andrew Williams slides backwards on the outside. Elijah Gordon to the race lead on the inside. Williams tries to close back in up top. He's got Cruz in his way. Gordon clears the 0-5, and 3 miles remain here at the Michigan International Speedway. Was that the last opportunity Andrew Williams had? Has he run out of time? Here's Cruz going down to the inside of Gordon. With 1 more lap to go, the white flag waves. 2 miles left in the NOFSRL. Gordon on the outside trying to hold off the lap traffic of Alejandro Cruz Jr. Andrew Williams trying to take advantage. Down to the inside in turn 1 and 2. The Michigander Elijah Gordon. On the outside, he'll get ahead. The Wisconsinite Andrew Williams has run out of time, at least for the moment. We'll have to see if he can close back in one more time. Gordon, a good line through 3 and 4, and Elijah Gordon, the Michigander, wins at his home track to cap off the history of the NOFSRL. Wow. Holy cow. Elijah Gordon, the Michigander, holds on and gets it done. Winning the 100 miles at the Michigan International Speedway to bid farewell to the NOFSRL. Andrew Williams finishes second, Ethan Lewis finishes third, Stephen Colon finishes fourth, Vargas, Andrews, Alphaby, Rose, Parrish, and McShane round out the top 10. What a way to send the league into the history books. Elijah Gordon pulls into his stall in a caution-free race. What an amazing race it was. Let's go ahead now and take a look at your finishing results. Elijah Gordon wins with an average race speed of 189.242 miles per hour, ahead of the Wisconsinite Andrew Williams. Ethan Lewis, the Oklahoman, finishes third. Stephen Colon finishes fourth. Christian Vargas fifth. The Texan John Andrews in the sixth position. Christopher Alphaby seventh. The Kentucky driver Caleb Rose in eighth. Will Parrish ninth. And Priya McShane rounds out the top 10. Take a look at the rest of the standings. 36 cars finishing on the lead lap. Nobody falling out of the race, as it was a caution-free race and a very, I want to say, clean, because we had a couple of close calls, but it was still an incredible race here at the Michigan International Speedway. Alejandro Cruz Jr., William Brock, Sam Oskin, Paul Antoine Sierra, the only ones not able to finish on the lead lap. But what a race it turned out to be, and what a way to bid adieu to the NOFSRL. Elijah Gordon, the hometown driver, wins on New Year's Eve. He's got to be ecstatic about that one. Perhaps a good momentum booster heading into the 2023 season as he takes over the third car for NS Blackout Motorsports, being rebranded from the 5 to the 76, as John Andrews moves on to the 41 team for Ryan Durrani Incorporated. Well, that's it. That's the end of the NOFSRL. At the end of this race at Michigan. What a ride it has been since 2015. I feel so fortunate that I was able to be a part of it through 2021, tumultuous years it may have been, and 2022, though I may have been the only one that was doing YouTube stuff for NR, aside from Ethan. Ethan had a couple of Home Depot Pro Series races go up, and Matt did some good stuff with the Body Armor Cup Series in the Discord. He didn't do Season 3 on YouTube, but want to congratulate the champion of the Body Armor Cup Series for 2021. That champion, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember who it was right now. I believe the champion was Davey Johnson. So if in fact Davey Johnson was the champion, congratulations. And if I got it wrong, I apologize. That's who I think it was. May not have been who it was, but I'm pretty sure that's who the Body Armor Cup champion was. Nicholas Samadio, the last NOFSRL Trinity River Cup Series champion, but not the last Trinity River Cup champion, as we'll have a 5th season in 2023 before this great series comes to a close. And a special stretch of gratitude to Alex and Marty Sakela. Marty, the grandfather, the father of the NOFSRL, the man who got it going in 2015, and Alex coming in after the NRLOA went belly up. He came into the NOFSRL and provided some of the most memorable moments in all of the entire league's history. Tristan Allen, Jonathan Logan, Cameron Garlington, everybody that took part in this league, Trey Wright for a while. Yeah, God bless each and every one of you for all the memories and all the fun we've had. And it was great to be there for a couple of years of it, and well, even before I got NR stuff going, it was great to be there through 2020. Y'all helped me more than I can explain. Every single one of you feels like family, even after the difficult times. It feels like a second family. So thank you, every single one of you, for being there, and thank you to everyone who supported the series, supported the entire NOFSRL all this time. It has been a great time, and although the NOFSRL name is going away, I am looking forward to capping off the Trinity River Network in hopefully the best of ways in 2020. But that's going to do it here at Michigan. One more congratulations to Elijah Gordon. Caps off the year with another dub at his home track. We'll take we don't have to look at the points. That's going to do it pretty much. So we'll take you to the winner picture, and that will do it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Wishing you all the best in 2023. And we'll look forward to having another great season of racing. And calling it history here on the Trinity River Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. And y'all have a good one. Enjoy your new year. Enjoy a time with your family. Take none of it for granted. Welcome to the NOFSRL.